Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the 5Cs of Eve. Uh, Making a new video today. Gonna try to start off right off the bat with my tip of the day that I just reminded myself of that I haven't used in a while. I'm basically starting to go through all of the hotkeys, the shortcuts, and see if that can help me to better my game a little bit. I'm really bad with hotkeys. There's a few that I use religiously, but the other ones I'm always pointing and clicking, which can really slow you down, especially when you have a cheap mouse from the dollar store that actually um, makes sounds whenever the wheel moves, if you can believe it. So what I've been trying to focus on recently is picking one hotkey and trying to that I might use a decent amount. Some of them I think of as active hotkeys, ones that you need to learn how to use, like your Control R's to bring your drones in, versus the reconnecting with your drones. I think of those as inactive hotkeys, things that you will only use in certain situations. My new one that I've been messing around with is a very, very simple one, but has saved me a little bit of time and actually increased my organization, um, and might even save me from dying if I get used to using it. Uh, and that is just the L key. If anybody has ever watched me play, I like to save a lot of safe spots, um, especially out here in null, keeps me alive. And if you hit the L key and hit it again, it'll bring up all of your saved locations. Um, Recently, I've been trying to reorganize my locations by where they're at. Rather than just having a safe spot, having that safe spot be a useful spot. Um, in this system here, in Tech 6, I've got 3 safe spots, all organized within 14.3 AU outside of each one of these gates. So you've got safe AB is right outside of it there, safe 52, and safe 1L. But what's nice is what I was doing was just doing the right click, and then you go to your locations, and then you scroll down here to go down, figure out which one you want to go to. But when you're trying to go quickly, that can be a little bit tough, and it can be a little bit, maybe you hit a wrong, maybe you're trying to find the right one, you're scrolling, and sometimes there's other choices in here which makes the scroll different, and you're not doing the same thing every time, so it's not the you're having to actually focus on that versus maybe other things that are on the screen. If I just hit the L key, I can then right click, warp to 0. I'll go ahead and stop myself from going. The only thing I didn't like with this is it would be really good if you could use your warp 2 hotkey as well if you hovered over it. Your warp 2 hotkey is S, if you see that there. On that, you can warp to and just click on one of these, and it will warp to that, but it will not let you warp to these locations. See how it's not letting me go to that. That's okay. I'm fine with that. Now it's a 2-step process versus a 5-step process. But the other part too is it allows me to not only see if where these stations in alphabetical order, I can take a gander, I can reorganize them, I can see what folders they're in, and if I've put an expiration date on them. A lot of safe spots I don't put expiration dates in, but maybe if I'm saving a spot while I'm doing a mission or something like that. So the L key is what I've been using recently. So that is my tip of the day. I'm going to try to do one, remember to do one every day. To start off with, most of them, what I'll do is if I don't have a specific tip that I've run into while I was playing the couple days prior, um, I'll just go through the shortcuts. That way I'm learning. I had known that a couple months ago and completely forgot about it, and it reminded me that it's there. So the more I remind myself, the better chance I have of doing it. Okay. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. This is my Friday or my last day of the weekend, so I'm gonna get some more stuff done. go ahead and dock up here. Yesterday, I think I've talked to a couple of people who really love fitting their ships out, and I never really understood it until yesterday. And this is what I wanted to show you. If you watched my last video, I took and I had my gnosis, and I constructed my first hurricane, which is this puppy right here. I still haven't figured out a good name for him. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. I just set it. This is my puppy, and my puppy is also named Amanda. That's my puppy out there. So for now, until I think of something better, this is Amanda's Revenge. Sounds good. Okay. So I took my gnosis, and I tried to double or copy as close as possible from that fit over to my hurricane to compare the two. Since then, actually, I think I took some pictures of those, if I remember correctly. Let's go ahead and here's a hotkey for you. Windows M, minimize everything. Okay, so I had my gnosis fit here. Let's go ahead and bring that on over here. And then there's hotkeys to spread these out, but I'm not going to bother with it. I've got my hurricane junk fit here. I took a picture of. That was whenever my skills were at just one of Battlecruiser. And then last night, let's go ahead and get this. I took a second picture of my hurricane junk fit too. Whenever my Battlecruiser skills got up to a rousing 2. My Battlecruiser skills are now at level 3. Is that better? That's easier to read. But I started messing around with it, and the problem I got into is I got into the weeds, because even though they're both battlecruisers, even though they were both similarly fit, I started messing around with not only long-range guns, but my shield fitting, whether or not to have the drone damage amplifier on there. And I really kind of got lost because I kept messing around with things and learning new things, and this is why you have fun. So, as a comparison, this is my gnosis. Things to keep an eye on. Yesterday, they had the same types of guns. I was able to let's get this on over here. This is junk fit number 1. Let's spread that out here. There we go. Good. So things to keep an eye out for. I had a Gnosis's damage level was 334. Its total shields, and unfortunately I blocked it up here, but I think, and I could pull it up, but I think it was around, what was it there? Well, let's jump into the game real quick. I want to see what the base, that's not what I wanted. I have to block that off. Shield level for a Gnosis. Let's just go ahead and do that here. Gnosis. Actually, I don't want to do it with that because it'll just give me the base amount. It won't give me what is on with my skills. So let's do that. Gnosis, because your skills will upgrade your shield capacity. So we're going to simulate the Gnosis here. And it starts off with a simulated 4,600 hit points. If I remember correctly, I had 3 shield extenders on there. Extenders. Yes, I can actually type. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, those were large asotropic shield extenders. And 2 and 3. Okay. With the shield extenders onto it, I had a base of 12,190. And this is a big one here. My shield recharge rate was 14 hit points per second. So I have a large shield capacity on it, and 14 hit points per second to for it to recharge at. Now let's just go in and we're going to pull up the hurricane here. So that was 12 and 14 and 12. Hurricane. Hello, Mr. Hurricane. Simulate my ship. Yes. Now you notice here the base level of the hurricane is, for shields, is 5175 and 10. It was already at 14 and 12, so let's do a shield extender. Oops, hardware. There's my shield extender. We go with the asotropics. Drop 1. Drop 2. Now, here's the kicker. You have less slots in here, but if you notice over here, the Gnosis had 14 hit points per second regenerated passively, a total amount of hit points of 12,000 with 3 shield extenders on there. Just throwing 2 of these on here, I have a little bit less shield extender, or maximum shields, but my passive regeneration rate is 50% faster. I was at 14 versus 21. Sorry. Let me juice up here for a second. So, in reality, there are some definite bonuses to the Gnosis, but I think this is a definite negative. Because what they've basically done is trade out a gunnery slot, because the Gnosis only has 5 guns possible. They've added 1 here on the Hurricane, and they've dropped a mid slot. But I don't really need that mid slot that I was using for the extra shield extender. So then I really started going down the rabbit hole, and I'll give you a quick rundown of the stupidity that I got into. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. I don't want to spend a bunch of time on this. And here we are. This is my current fit for my Hurricane. It is by no means what I want to do. I'm probably going to get rid of this. It is my shield recharger. It's giving me 4 more hit points per second, but I think I want to go with a shield booster. Right now, this is I switched out my guns here to be long range versus short range. So my distance on these with my new ammo, I'm switching between titanium sabot and fusion ammo. The titanium sabot gets me a longer range but less damage, whereas in the guns, so what I've switched from was being a brawling Hurricane to a shield, a passively tanked brawling Hurricane to a long range shield actively tanked shield long range Hurricane, and does a little bit less damage, but I'm able to stay farther away from my guys. And this is where the balancing problem comes into, because let's just go ahead and switch that out. I am going to, I don't like this compact shield recharger. Should be able to put a passive or a shield booster on here. Medium clarity, that's what we got. Something that I found from junk from ships that are lying around. So there we go. So basically I've got almost the same shield capacity as the Gnosis. I'm increasing my shield recharge rate by 50%. If I take these off, I'll just show you the difference. Let's go ahead and drop these in the ship here. This will be a pure comparison to Oh, shoot. The gnosis to explain why it's better, in my mind, to go with the faction ships. Alright, fine. Fine. I'm putting these in here so I can throw them back on if I want to. Then we'll scroll on down here and we will find our prototype scout autocannons. They're the best Tech 1 autocannons you can put on here. I was able to upgrade those since the last video. So now they are the same type of guns that I was using on the Gnosis. So this is an even up comparison, except I have an extra gun that's in there. I'm going to throw the fusions on here. Boom. Boom. And just to show you here my skills. Here. My Minmitar Battle Cruiser skill. I'm going to drop this in here because I want another level. Is at level 4 now. So I'm at level 4. The pictures I took earlier were level 3s. So this is almost a direct comparison to the Gnosis at a medium level battle cruiser ship. So I've got this almost the same number of shield capacity. I'm repairing my shields at 50% more. I've also got a shield booster on here, so at the same time I'm repairing them passively, I'm also able to boost that and keep them boosted up there. I did throw on an afterburner here, which I could very easily switch out for the micro warp drive. I'm messing around with the 2 because the base speed for the Hurricane is actually faster than the Gnosis. And maybe the single most important thing that people look at right off the bat is this right here, is my damage per second. Because not only per level of Minmitar Battle Cruiser do I get bonuses to my turret damage, I also get bonuses to my rate of fire. And that is at 362. And let's go back on over here. With my drone damage bonuses and actually having an extra little missile launcher on here, I was only in the same types of guns, I was only able to get up to 334 DPS. So I'm actually, damage per second with this one has actually gone up to almost 30 points per second. It can only keep increasing from that point because I have 2 more levels to go with Minmitar Battle Cruiser. The 5th one will be a lot longer than the current one, but that should be a major bonus. I also did balance this out. I took off the drone damage bonuses and threw on another gyro stabilizer. I can switch back and forth between those, but in general, as a general look at it, this is a better ship to fly than the Gnosis. Can somebody fly a Gnosis the first day they are flying ships in Eve? Yes. Do they have the skills to do it? No. I mean, they do have the skills to fly it. Do they have the skills to die in it? Yes. This actually makes me a little bit more formidable. It also has allowed me to start trying to do some of the anomalies that are out in nullsec. I started messing around with some of the rally sites, a few of the other ones, and testing out my metal with them. So let's just go ahead and get on out here and see what happens. And we're going to just jump to another system here right off the bat. My understanding is that this system that I'm in is under a no-kill zone, but I'm sure people can kill you, but I don't really worry too much about dying to fly into these gates. I do, once I get outside of them, keep a much more watchful eye. But most of these guys that are here, I've been keep an eye on them. They seem to be of one corporation who are either docked up or doing other things, which is cool. Please tell me I have my microphone on. It would really annoy me. It does. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and jump through here. Whee! Completely different look to Hurricane versus the Gnosis 2. Okay, we got nobody in system. Gonna just go warp. Now, recently, as you learn an area, I've learned some good spots for hunting, even though I'm hunting on gates. They're gates that most people don't pass through. And I've started messing around with some of these different sites that are available. Not saying I can defeat them, but as my skills go up and my tactics go up, I'm able to try a few more things. And what I might do is go to this Forsaken Rally Point just to show you what my first tactic is and why it's not working and why I'm slowly trying to switch it up. So we got nobody on here. Okay, so we got nobody in system. Always keep an eye on your local. Let's go ahead and fly into this Forsaken Rally Point. Long story short, let's just go ahead. I'll show you the... That's not what I wanted. And go. Long story short, if I'm not mistaken, the Forsaken Rally Points, the way this ship is set up is it's a brawling ship. So I have to, if when I warp in, I'm not up against something. Actually, let's get off this gate and not be stupid. Save 6. Actually, I should have hit L. There's my stuff. Okay. But with this type of brawling ship, you have to, if you're not right up on them within the damage radius of 19 kilometers, which is the fall-off range, your optimal range is 1700. You need to close that distance as quickly as possible. The only problem with that is then you are, especially with larger ships, leaving yourself up to take a lot of damage. Smaller ships, you might be able to speed tank and avoid that. But with the larger ships, you're not able to do it. Oh, we got some Captain Obvious in system. Let's just take a look here. Quick look. Point 2, been around for 23 days. So we're in a safe spot. I'm glad I got off of my thing here. See, kill board. And we will go to Captain. That is a great name. I gotta give him credit. Not fully spelled. There you are, Captain Obvious. Can't believe nobody's taken that name before. Automatically, thank you for that. So, Mr. Captain Obvious has just been dying. That's unfortunate for him. I'm sorry to hear it. Although, looks like he's out here, and I gotta give him credit. He's out here living in low sec and living in null sec. So good for him. Good for him. It's the way I started. So that's cool. Appreciate that. But he's obviously not somebody who's rolling around trying to kill people. He's only been around for just under 40 days. Let's just make sure I'm not using my D-scan here. There we go. Solo killed. So it looks like he was scanning there. All good. He's probably scanning. Not too worried about it. Public. What's the name of this corp? Attributes. 3 members. All right. Cool. Okay. Well, you go, Captain Obvious. If somehow you built yourself up that you can kill me, then you're more than welcome to. But I'm working on a video here. So, location? Oh. So we're going to go ahead and close that down. I I'm not seeing him around. And we are going to warp into this Forsaken rally point. Pops this up. Just a brief explanation. I'll read that later on. So like I said, the tough part right now is that since this is a brawling ship, you're leaving yourself up to getting hit a lot. And battlecruisers are similar to destroyers. They pack a lot of wallop, but they're not made to take as much damage. So that's why I was toying around here with using the longer range stuff. Haven't completely perfected yet, but I'll show you the negative right now. And then maybe I'll make a video later on tonight with the long range stuff and trying that out. Okay, so we got 3 guys here. All pretty strong guys. They're all close range. So that's good. Gonna launch that. Don't need the shield booster up just yet. Let's get these targeted. I like to kill off the cruisers first, even if they aren't the most important thing to me. Big thing too here is to watch and see how much damage I'm able to do to him. Now remember my fall off range is 19, but my optimal range is 1700. Go ahead and keep that going. So once I get within 1700 kilometers or meters, I get instant hits, from what I understand, or 99% of the time. Slowly taking him down. That's not a bad price for a... Alrighty, so we'll go after the next closest to me. Good, the drones automatically went there. Let's go ahead and start trying to take out this Saint. Starting to get hit a little bit more. So what I want to do is see if I can negate that with my afterburner. That's why I threw it on here. I couldn't do it with the micro warp drive. See, I'm doing 83, 212 there. So let's hit the afterburner on. Let's see if the damage goes down. Go ahead and close that up. So those are 2 misses. There's a later hit, both under 100. That's good. They're missing me. Still missing me. Okay, miss, and a 30. This is very promising. So basically, and I've talked about this before, but even with the battle cruiser going up against these battleships, I'm able to somewhat. There's 100, but still nowhere near what I was getting hit for. I'm basically actively or passively tanking the damage that's coming in on me right now. I'm not even using my shield booster. This is good to know. Now here's the tough part. I got to close this distance on this Nephilim, if I'm pronouncing that right. But this guy's almost dead. Good. Now the only thing is, let's go ahead and get you guys on him. I don't know if I can take each wave of these guys, so I'm actually picking up the loot as I go along. I know that's usually not the best tactic, but okay, see, notice he's starting to hit me more, so I'm no longer on the transversal, and he's starting to get a better focus on me. So let's go ahead and throw on the shield booster now, while we go pick up this loot. The other nice part is the signature radius, if I'm not mistaken, on a Hurricane is actually less than the Gnosis. Plus, it is a faster ship. So number one, it's harder for people to hit it because of its speed, and its size might be a little bit smaller. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not going to look at the numbers right now because I'm fighting. This is just one tactic that you can use in the game. And this is where the idea of spreadsheets in space goes away in Eve. Okay, so we got the loot. The reason why I went and got the loot first was, I think I said this earlier, but there's going to be, once I kill this guy, there's going to be another wave of ships come in. And I literally haven't done very many of these, and they do fluctuate up and down. And if I have to warp away, I don't know if I'm going to come back and pick that stuff up, so I might as well grab it now while I can. As long as I've got my local up, all I'm trying to do is accumulate stuff and try different things out right now. Closing my range here, I'm at 19 kilometers. There we are, my fall off range is 19, so I can start firing. Once I get close enough to him, still got my speeds going. What's his speed right now? He's at 171. He's probably flying directly away from me. I should have had it out like this. But he's probably flying up in the opposite direction of me, so I'm slowly closing on him. Down to 9,000. The big question is, once I get to him, I'm able to start encircling him. Ooh, he's got a target painter on me, so that's going to allow him to increase my target radius so it's easier for him to hit me. So let's see here if he's able to do more damage to me. I'm still on a straight line for his guns. Alrighty, we're almost there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and shut off the shield booster. I think we're good there. We're up to 94%. And now we're just going to start circling you, buddy. This is a death swarm. It's got that target painter back on me. The big thing about the target painter is it not only affects his ability to hit me, but everyone else. So whenever, if there were more ships in this area, especially smaller ships, they'd be able to apply better damage to me and have a better chance of hitting me. Okay, so let's see what drops. Okay, so we got a bunch of small guys and some battleships. They're at 24 away. Nothing dropped from him. Big thing is we want to take out the little guys first. Ooh, these are some archgisties, so we want to be a little bit careful with them. They're already starting to hit me pretty hard with their big guns. My capacitor is still pretty low. So I'm a little bit afraid to charge up the booster on this. And they are starting to target my drones down here. The big question is, can I hit? I can. Oh, I just missed with my guns. Keeping an eye on my drones, see if they're able to actually hit these smaller guys with the blasters. So I'm happy about that. That drone is down into armor. So we're going to return to the drone bay. Get yourself in here, buddy. And let's take him out. Get your shields back up. Now they're going to start focusing on that drone. My shields are still down. I'm letting my capacitor grow. Once I get to about 30%, I'm going to throw on the shield booster. Let's go ahead and pick our big boy targets, if we can get there. Number 2 down. Let's go ahead and engage you. We'll launch him out. He should be fine now. Just to get a little bit more damage going on this impaler. There we go. I'm surprised my medium guns are hitting these guys, but they are. It might be that, I'll just show you here real quick. They do have on here a tracking enhancer, which allows me to hit at a better rate. So he's down to shields. I'm going to leave him out. I should be able to kill this guy before I lose everything there. Oh, he's at 21. I didn't see that. He's at 21 kilometers. So most of the damage is being done by my drones now. I'll probably switch over here. Well, I'm going to have to... Yep, he's dead. Okay. So you guys start focusing on Mr. Saint there that I'm next to. We're going to reload in some fusion, keeping an eye on local. Alrighty, so we're starting to do a little bit of damage. I always try to take out the little guys first. That way I don't lose them. And a lot of times with these waves, when the big guys go, it's not 100%, but if I remember correctly, when the big guys go, there's a chance that a wave might come in afterward. Whereas you always want to, if you take out the small guys, there's much less of a chance that the next wave will come in. You don't want to double up or triple up your waves that are coming in and taking more damage that way. Alrighty, so our capacitor is at 60%. They're still hitting me here, but I'm at 36%, 37% of my shields. 36. Let's get the booster up. Just be a little bit safe. While we can, I'm going to take leave the booster on with my afterburner. I'm going to take this down to about, let's say, 40%, and see where we're at. So we're going to have to close this distance. I'm 35 away from him. We can actually start that trek right now. Might as well get to him first. Obviously, the more guys you kill, the less damage you have to take. What do we got here? We're at 30%. Let's go ahead and shut off this shield booster. I want to have full range right here with the shield booster. We're looking for that magical 19 kilometers away. Come on, buddy. Hotkey for this one is F1, so I'll go ahead and hit that once I get within 19. I like to wait till it gets to 18 because 9.10.0, there we go. There we go. Shields are down to 17%. Let's hit that booster. Might run this one down. We'll see. While I'm waiting here, we'll just take a gander at these ships just to show you a little bit of info. So their damage that they do is 50% explosive, 50% kinetic, which is great for this because I've got my shield bonuses are 54 and 45. I could throw on a multispectral shield. Do I not? I could switch this out for a multispectral shield where it increases this rather than boosts it. If I went purely passive, then the only thing I would be using my capacitor for would be my afterburner. Okay, so we got this one up a little bit. We're back up to 38%. Oh wow, this video is running a little bit long. Alright, so if I'm able to kill these two guys off, we'll see what the next wave is, but then I'll probably end the video because it has gotten to about 40 minutes. Wow. I'm going to cut a few bits out of this. I might do a little bit of trimming before I post it. So where are you at there? Let's just... He's 29 kilometers away, so we're going to close that distance. Actually, that's what I'll do. I am going to go ahead and end the video here. Not a whole lot else to learn, other than there will be a next group, but I'm going to go pick up some stuff and then go kill this last guy. But much more, I'm learning a lot, whether or not I want to go with the long range or the short range. I do need to make my drones a little bit better. I can increase those to get some better damage. I can go with warriors. Depending on the type of ammo that I'm using is also big. So a couple different bonuses that I can throw in there. But this is just my general next step in the realms of flying a hurricane. Alrighty, you guys have a great day. Fly safe, fly dangerously, and fly however the heck you want. Alrighty, have a good one.